Welcome to Smart English Stories. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more English stories. My name is Charles. I remember the day when I felt so small. I was in a big room filled with people. They were all speaking in English, and I didn't understand much. I felt alone, like no one could see me. But I wanted to change that. I wanted to feel strong and smart. That was the day I decided to learn English. At first, it was hard. Every word seemed like a puzzle. I made mistakes, and sometimes people laughed at me. I felt like crying, but I did not give up. I thought of Amelia, my best friend, who always said, "You can do it, Charles. Just keep going." Her words were like a light in the dark. They gave me hope. As I started learning English, I noticed something amazing. It was like I was opening a door to a new world. I could talk to more people. I could read books and understand songs that I loved. My world was getting bigger, and so was my heart. I met a girl named Olivia. She was shy and didn't talk much. But when I spoke to her in English, her eyes lit up. We became good friends, and I felt so happy. One day, I was talking to my friend William. He was upset because he couldn't find a job. He said, "Charles, I wish I could speak English like you. Maybe then I would get a good job." I told him, "William, English is like a key. It can open many doors. Just start small and don't stop." He smiled at me with tears in his eyes. That day, I felt like a hero. I remember James, who always felt nervous when he spoke to new people. He would look down and stay quiet. I gave him a tip. I said, "James, when you speak, look into the other person's eyes. It shows that you are confident and sure of yourself." He tried it, and slowly, he started to change. He was not just learning English, he was becoming stronger inside. Speaking tip 1: always speak slowly. When you speak slowly, people understand you better, and you feel more confident. Speaking tip 2: practice in front of a mirror. It feels silly, but it helps you see how you look when you talk. It builds your confidence. One night, my friend Daniel called me. He was crying. He said, "Charles, I feel so alone. No one understands me." I told him, "Daniel, English is not just a language. It is a way to share your heart with the world. Let's learn together." "You are not alone." We talked for hours, and by the end, he was smiling. Joseph, another friend of mine, once said, "I want to travel the world, but I am scared because I don't know English." I told him, "Joseph, English will give you wings. It will take you to places you have never dreamed of. Just start speaking, one word at a time." Speaking tip 3: record your voice and listen to it. It will help you understand how you sound and where you need to improve. Speaking tip 4: learn one new word every day. Use it in a sentence. It's a small step that makes a big difference. My friend Ava was very smart, but she always doubted herself. She said, "I don't think I can ever speak good English," I told her. "Ava, it's okay to make mistakes. Each mistake is a step towards becoming better. The more you practice, the more you grow." Emma, who was always so kind, wanted to help others. She started teaching English to little kids in her neighborhood. She said, "Charles, I feel so happy when they learn something new from me." Her smile was like sunshine on a rainy day. Speaking tip 5: use simple words when you talk. It makes your message clear, and people understand you better. Speaking tip 6: watch movies in English with subtitles. It helps you learn how people speak in real life. One day, my friend Robert was feeling sad. He said, "I feel like I will never be good at English." I looked at him and said, "Robert, remember the first day we met? You could not even say a single word in English. Look at you now. You have come so far. Never stop trying." Speaking tip 7: read out loud. It helps your mouth get used to the words and makes you sound better. Speaking tip 8: join a speaking club or a group. Talking with others helps you learn faster. Michael, who was always so quiet, started talking more. He said, "Charles, speaking English makes me feel different, like I can do anything." I saw a new light in his eyes, a light that was not there before. Speaking tip 9: listen to English songs and try to sing along. It's fun and helps with your pronunciation. Speaking tip 10: find a friend who speaks English well and talk to them often. They can help you when you make mistakes. John, my friend who always loved to read, started writing his thoughts in English. He said, "Writing helps me think better. I feel like I can express my true self." Now I saw how English was changing his life, just like it changed mine. Speaking tip 11: use a dictionary app on your phone. It helps you learn new words anytime, anywhere. Speaking tip 12: practice speaking every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Small practice leads to big results. David once told me, "Charles, I feel so small when I can't speak English." I said, "David, English is like a friend. The more time you spend with it, the closer you become. You will never feel alone again." Speaking tip 13: think in English. It might be hard at first, but it helps you speak faster and more naturally. Speaking tip 14: be patient with yourself. Learning takes time, and it's okay to go slow. Frank was my neighbor, always so cheerful but shy when speaking English. One day, he came to me and said, "Charles, I wish I could speak like you. People would listen to me more." I told him, "Frank, English is like music. You just need to learn the rhythm. Let's practice together." We laughed and made mistakes, but every mistake was like a step forward. Speaking tip 15. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are your best teachers. Every mistake means you are trying and learning. Speaking tip 16. Start with short sentences. Simple words make your speech clear, and you gain confidence with each word you speak. I remember George, who always wanted to tell his story but didn't know how. He said, "Charles, I have so much to say, but the words don't come out right." I gave him a little notebook and said, "Write one word every day, George. Just one word." Soon you will have your story. His eyes filled with hope, and I knew he was ready to start. Isabella, my friend, was different. She was strong on the outside but soft on the inside. She told me, "Charles, I want to inspire people, but my English is not good enough." I said, "Isabella, your heart speaks louder than words. English will only help you say what you already feel. You can do it." Speaking tip 17. Practice speaking with kids. They are not afraid to make mistakes, and they will make you feel less nervous. Speaking tip 18. Use gestures when you talk. Your hands and face can help explain your words when you are stuck. Amelia once told me, "Charles, when I speak English, I feel like people don't take me seriously." I held her hand and said, "Amelia, your voice is powerful. The words you choose can change hearts. Just believe in your words, and others will too." Speaking tip 19. Speak with a smile. A smile makes your voice sound friendly, and people will want to listen to you more. Speaking tip 20. Listen to English podcasts. It helps you learn how to speak naturally and understand different accents. One rainy evening, Paul was feeling very low. He sat on the porch with tears in his eyes and said, "Charles, I feel like I am failing. No matter how hard I try, English just doesn't feel right to me." I hugged him and said, "Paul, do you know what I see? I see someone who never gives up. Every word you learn is like a step closer to your dream." Sophia, who always wanted to travel, told me, "I want to see the world, Charles, but I am scared to speak English in front of strangers." I smiled and said, "Sophia, English is your ticket to the world. It will take you to places, help you make new friends, and share your story with everyone." Speaking tip 21. Practice with a partner who speaks a little better than you. They can guide you and help you improve step by step. Speaking tip 22. Don't rush when you talk. Take your time to think before you speak. It's okay to pause and find the right words. Arthur, a close friend, was once very shy. He never spoke much because he was afraid of saying the wrong thing. I told him, "Arthur, English is like dancing. You don't have to be perfect, you just need to enjoy the steps. Dance with your words and let them flow." Speaking tip 23. Keep a small diary. Write down your thoughts in English. Even simple sentences help you become better. Speaking tip 24: Ask questions in English. It shows you are interested and helps you practice speaking more naturally. One evening, I saw Donald sitting alone in the park. He was looking at his phone and seemed very sad. I asked him what was wrong, and he said, "I'm trying to get a job, but every interview is in English." I feel like giving up. I looked at him and said, "Donald, don't give up. Every no is bringing you closer to a yes. Practice with me, and let's make that yes happen together." Speaking tip 25: Join online groups or forums where people speak English. It helps you get comfortable with different ways of speaking. Speaking tip 26: Repeat what you hear. If you watch a video, try to say the words after the person. It helps you get the sounds right. Charlotte, who always believed in helping others, once said, "I want to make a difference, Charles, but my English holds me back." I said, "Charlotte, your kind heart is already making a difference. English will only make your message stronger." Speaking tip 27: Surround yourself with English. Read signs, watch shows, and listen to people around you speaking in English. Speaking tip 28: Focus on listening. The more you listen, the better you understand how to say the words and how they fit together. Thomas, my cousin, told me, "Charles, my biggest dream is to study in the USA. But my English is not good enough." I told him, "Thomas, your dream is bigger than your fear. Let's work on your English together, and one day you'll get there." Speaking tip 29: Use English in your daily life. Order food, talk to shopkeepers, or chat with friends in English. Speaking tip 30: Be brave. Speak even if you feel scared. The more you do it, the easier it gets. I watched as each of my friends grew, their voices becoming stronger and their hearts more open. English was not just a language to them, it was a bridge that connected them to their dreams, to each other, and to the world. I will continue this story soon. There are more moments to share, more tears to wipe away, and more smiles to celebrate. Keep believing in your journey with English. It's not just a skill, it's a way to touch hearts and change lives. Let's walk this path together.